Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tribal Trades, coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today it's the midweek show, and we're going to talk about stocks and crypto. We're going to ask, is buying this particular stock like buying MicroStrategy at $30? We're going to look at Bitcoin's impending golden cross that surely is going to cross soon, maybe this week, and a whole bunch more. But before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people, and of course does help support the channel, as does your wonderful comments that you take the time to write. I take the time to read them and respond. And if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. All right, so first of all, let's talk about the stock that could possibly be like buying MicroStrategy at $30. And it's CEP. And I have shared about this before, so I did want to give an update. And I did share about how in the Tribal Trades Discord, we had buy orders at $28 and $30. And lo and behold, look what happened yesterday. The new Tribal Trades Discord only indicator, one indicator to rule them all, fired off yesterday and gave a perfect buy signal here, and it took off like a rocket ship there. Now this indicator, of course, is only for those who are in the Tribal Trades Discord and is invite only. So to get an invitation to use this indicator in TradingView, you have to be part of the Tribal Trades Discord family, okay? And you can see that fired off perfectly. Now, of course, CEP is doing a SPAC merger, SPAC. You can look that up in your own time, and will become XXI once they've done all the necessary paperwork and due diligence, with whatever regulatory authorities they have to do that with the SEC, I would guess. And of course, CEP are merging together to rival MicroStrategy. And it has been stated that they will start their XXI when all this regulatory stuff is done, and they will have 42,000 Bitcoin in their treasury chest there. Okay, so that is why that I got in to around that $28, $30, and that has already paid off big time. It's already up to 47. So if you got in at 28, you're already up incredibly well on this trade, and it looks like it still has some legs to run. We have no sell signal there, of course, at all. And so let's take a quick look at the spine. If you do want to see how this indicator plays out and how accurate it is, look at this. It would have got you out at the top or close to the top for CEP. And also on the SPY, it picked the bottom almost perfectly here on the SPY, as you can see. Not quite the bottom, but pretty close to it there. And so that's the Tribal Trades indicator there at work. Given MicroStrategy was another play that was given in the Tribal Trades. So talking about CEP and also MicroStrategy, they both pumped yesterday, of course. And so let's actually quickly look at MicroStrategy here. And as you can see, that gave a buy signal as well for MicroStrategy. And that turned out to be an absolutely perfect entry there. Talking about what this, it's currently just called the Tribal Trades Indicator, but some people in the Discord are voting on what name it should be called. And some have suggested it should be called the Money Printer. Okay, and so also let's have a quick look at how that signal played out in the Discord. You can see here in the stocks plays, we've got a buy at 410. Already hit the target of 416, as you can see there. And now also I've talked about Bitcoin with the pending golden cross. So I do want to make sure we cover a little bit of that there. But we do have some bearish divergence. So we do have a situation with Bitcoin where it is bearish divergence and there is a golden cross incoming. It is really close. I mean, if you look here, we're going to just zoom in here on Bitcoin's golden cross. there, and you actually have it almost crossing over here, the blue, almost the dark blue, which is the 50-day moving average, which I need to move that up actually, almost crossing over the 200-day moving average. Surely that happens in a matter of days or within 7 days, unless we were to see some colossal collapse of some kind. And even then, I still think it may be unstoppable to cross there. I don't know what kind of collapse there would need to be for that to happen, but you can see on the relative strength index there, if we add that in, there is some bearish divergence at play. And for those of you who don't know what bearish divergence is, I'll explain it very quickly here, but it's where you see higher highs in price. So there you see on the RSI, there is a high, and we have the price of Bitcoin around 104, 105. And then we see up here, we see a higher high in price, but we see a lower low in the RSI. As you can see here, there is a lower low that's created. Now, this can be invalidated because the RSI could come up and break above this line here. What would it need to break above? Probably around 72% by the looks of it, and it's down. It could be invalidated. So that could be invalidated. If not invalidated, it could take some time to play out. Sometimes I've seen triple bearish divergence. So where Bitcoin could from here, because it has broken out of a bull flag, and you can see if we actually move this down, it's broken out of that bull flag, and the technical target to that playing out is at 113, and there is a Fibonacci there. There's double Fibonacci there from my stacking method. So it's quite possible that we could see price, for example, go higher up to 113 over and the golden cross happen before any kind, and we could see triple bearish divergence before we actually see a drop down. And that drop down, that bearish divergence might just bring us back to kind of where we are. So I don't want to raise the alarm bells necessarily, but also just to trade with caution there in case we see that play out sooner rather than later. I am leaning towards a bit of a delay because we are seeing this golden cross, but when we do see golden crosses, generally at some point, price does come back and retest the 50-day moving average. So after it crosses, it generally will retest. However, I will add the last time there was a golden cross in, I think it was around late October of 2024, before we saw that big parabolic move to the upside. So those golden crosses generally have tended to bring, I think it was almost 100% gains there, from about 60 odd thousand all the way up to 108,000. But of course there was a retest, and that retest did happen in December. So it was about 6 to 8 weeks later before there was a retest. So it's quite possible that we could see crazy good upside here for quite some time before any kind of bearish divergence plays out. That's, of course, if it doesn't get invalidated in the meantime with just this RSI spiking up there. So there are a couple of mixed signals that we're getting. We also are on the SRSI. I've had a couple of fake outs here where a couple of times it's burst above and then it's burst above again, only to flip back to the downside again there. So there is some bearish divergence on the momentum indicators as well. Okay, so just a couple of mixed signals, but so just be cautious there. We are going to get a golden cross. I would think when it happens, everybody's going to ape in, because everybody on X and on YouTube is going to be sharing about the golden cross and what happens afterwards. And so I kind of feel that that bearish divergence is either going to be invalidated or possibly it's not going to play out right away. We could get another one. So what could happen here, like I said, is another RSI that's a little bit lower and price is up at 113, and maybe we get rejected there and come back, and that bearish divergence plays out there. So just be prepared there. Now, a couple of other plays as well that I wanted to share. Tau was one, and I love this Tau play that we got because we got it in the Tribal Trades trading session, the live session. We took this trade in the live session and we used the Tribal Trades indicator for the very first time. And those of you who were in the trading session and you're watching this video, give a shout out in the comments if you were in the trading session and you made money on this trade. I know many of you did. And we caught this trade here with the tribal trades indicator, again, giving us a beautiful buy signal. Some of us closed the trade in the training session, and we should have held it. We closed it, I believe, up around 417 or around this area here. It was closed out maybe on this candle here. And of course, we didn't get the sell signal until much later there, as you can see there, and the sell signal came in at about $424, and that turned out to be another perfect example of how well this tribal trades indicator works. And there's nothing more that I like to see than the wins stack up here in the Discord. Some great wins there. The different Discord members there, William and William Wallace, the Braveheart trader there, Izzy, Donut, as always, beautiful $916 win. Absolutely fantastic. William's got another 5 winning trades there. And again, these are all the Asian traders really trading overnight while I'm sleeping. They always seem to get the shout outs there. But of course, if you would like to join the Discord, would love to have you in there. There is a link below in the description of this video. You just need to click the more button. That will pop out there, and you can join one Discord to rule them all there. And of course, you see all the amazing trade setups that are given. The Tribal Trades Trading View Indicator, live trading sessions with me on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can see that amazing trade that we took just yesterday when we got into Tower at around 408, 409, rode that up. And so there's another live trading session with me on Thursday as well. And then, of course, we also have all the stocks and crypto plays and a brand new trading signals channel where if you just don't have time and you just want to buy when the buy signal goes out and sell when the sell signal goes out, then there's a fantastic channel there for you also. And of course, entertainment, education and entertainment, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? And that's all I have time for today. So until I see you in the next episode or I see you in the Discord, happy trading.